Right now at 10, a missing Trempealeau man last seen in December has been found dead in La Crosse. And Wisconsin's fake elector settlement is shining light on the strategy GOP lawyers used to try and overturn Joe Biden's victory in the state in 2020. Plus, La Crosse's Chamber of Commerce celebrates the area's business leaders.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily has the night off. A Trempealeau man who has been missing for at least 2 months has been found dead. Octavio Morales was last seen by his family at the St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral last December. On January 10th, Trempealeau police declared him a missing person. Police say Morales was found dead in the marsh area near Myrick Park Drive and East Avenue on Friday. They say there's no indication of foul play. A 2-year I-94 improvement project in Eau Claire County begins today. Crews are working on I-94 from the US 53 interchange to Mallard Road in the town of Clear Creek. According to Wisconsin's Department of Transportation, construction includes building temporary lanes and resurfacing the I-94 US 53 interchange, approach pavement, and interchange ramps. The bridges over County D and County J highways will also be replaced. There will be lane closures as the project moves forward. Construction is expected to wrap up in November of 2026. Single lane closures on Wisconsin Highway 35 between Holmen and Trempealeau also began today. The Wisconsin DOT says the lane closures on the bridge over Black River are for a soil investigation in the area. That includes exploration and sampling of soils for structural design purposes. There will be temporary signals set up on that portion of the highway. Those closures will run until Tuesday of April 30th. La Crosse's City Plan Commission approved a plan to rezone the Reach Center so it can expand its services. The Reach Center offers resources and support for those who are struggling with housing. Currently, the Reach Center is zoned as part of the Washburn Neighborhood Residential District. The center wants to be rezoned so it can make renovations. One of the renovations would be creating 4 new dental suites for Scenic Bluffs Community Health Center to work out of. Many Washburn neighborhood residents who came to speak at tonight's meeting were against the rezoning, saying it would cause more traffic in their neighborhood. Others sent in letters that supported the plan. And ultimately, the commission voted 7-2 to approve the rezoning. Of course, a key reminder here, nothing will be official until the Common Council votes on that measure. The 2 lawyers behind a Wisconsin scheme to send a false slate of electors to Washington in 2020 have settled a lawsuit over their role. Republican attorneys Jim Troupis and Kenneth Chesborough have agreed to never again participate in creating alternate electors who aren't certified to be the real ones. As part of the agreement, Troupis and Chesborough are releasing over 1,400 pages of communications that show how they worked with Trump campaign officials to use a strategy to overturn Joe Biden's 2020 victory in several swing states, including Wisconsin. Now, this settlement is tied to the 2022 liberal lawsuit against the attorneys in Wisconsin's 10 false electors, which include Elections Commission member Bob Spindell and GOP 3rd Congressional District Chairman Bill Feehan. That lawsuit said the 2 attorneys and the 10 electors' actions allowed the January 6th insurrection to occur. Feehan and the other 9 false electors agreed to a settlement in December. They wrote a joint statement saying that on December 14th of 2020, they signed a document that improperly said they were the lawful state electors, and that document was then used as an attempt to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. None of them are allowed to serve as an elector this year or any time Donald Trump is on the ballot. Those electors have previously said they signed that day to keep Republicans' legal options open. But by that day, a Trump recount had already confirmed Biden's win in Wisconsin, and the same morning, Wisconsin's Supreme Court struck down Trump's legal arguments in a 4-3 decision. Now, Troupis and Chesborough do not admit any guilt as part of their settlement, and in a statement, Troupis said, quote, "Today, we settled a lawsuit concerning the Wisconsin electors. The settlement was made to avoid endless litigation, and nothing in today's settlement constitutes an admission of fault, nor should it." Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has signed a Republican plan that increases the state's child care tax credit. This bill is the only one of the Republicans' 4 proposals that the governor signed into law. The maximum tax credit a Wisconsinite can claim will rise from about $500 to $3,500 for a single filer. Those with more dependents can claim up to $7,000. Evers' administration says 110,000 taxpayers will benefit here with an average of about $650. Local Republicans told us Friday they're glad this bill is passing, but they're still frustrated the governor killed the other 3 bills, which would have expanded the second lowest income tax bracket, increased a tax credit for married couples, and expand the amount of tax-exempt income for retirees. Despite rain across the area today, burn bans remain in effect for several counties throughout the region. The bans are designed to help prevent wildfires that can be sparked by things like not disposing of cigarettes properly or misusing fireworks. Dry air and high winds elevate the risk for fires. Today's rain has the area in the low fire danger category, but with more sunshine on the way, it is expected to go back up.
Forest fires in Wisconsin are very similar to Canada. So we measure a lot of different metrics when we calculate what the fire danger is. But a lot of it's common sense too. So we look at, are we in a drought? What is the chance of precipitation today? What is the wind speed? What is the relative humidity?
La Crosse Fire Department also says people should check the DNR's website before any type of burn, as the fire danger classifications can differ from county to county. We'll have a link to the DNR's resources on all of our digital platforms. And as we alluded to, a little precipitation for the region kind of came as a wave. Northern regions saw it a little bit earlier, and the southern regions
too. Yeah, for once we had a nice afternoon of just rain, which we haven't seen much, or snow here in the last month. So that did help the fire danger a little bit, but until really we get to green up stage, we're going to deal with that fire danger, especially when we get warm, windy days that can drop that relative humidity quite low. But for right now, we're all quiet really for the main areas, La Crosse and Eau Claire. The precipitation is all ended. It's just a little bit area further south, and I'll zoom in down there just for southern areas of Crawford, Prairie du Chien to Bosqueville to Richland Center. That's kind of the last line of some light rain or light showers, and that'll last maybe for about another hour, and they'll be cleared, and then everyone else is pretty much cleared. That is a boundary that's pretty much been just slowly sagging south, and it erupted some severe thunderstorms actually further south in southern Wisconsin, but we just saw some rain and a little bit of snow on the backside, but there's nothing behind this right now. We're just seeing cloud cover. We will start clearing out a little bit from north to south. So as you wake up for Eau Claire, we should be clear. We'll have sunny skies, lighter winds. Actually have a really nice day, getting back up to the mid-40s by noon. And then same story for La Crosse. A little clouds in the morning, but otherwise light north winds, and we'll get up to the mid-40s with plenty of sunshine. Once again, average temp is in the upper 40s. Later on, we're going to break down the rain chances because we do have more coming for later in the week, and maybe some possible snow with that. So I'll break that and time that out for you. In the meantime, we're back to the 50s for the next couple days again.
I'll take that for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg. Well, La Crosse's Chamber of Commerce celebrated the area's leaders in business tonight. Over 600 members of the chamber were at tonight's event, which included an awards ceremony. Area businesses and groups were honored for hitting milestones. The Franciscan Sisters of Perpetual Adoration reaching 175 years, and the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra reaching 125. The CEO of La Crosse's Chamber of Commerce says it's important to recognize the area's business leaders.
It's just so amazing to honor them, work with them, and to really recognize the people who make La Crosse a really great place to live.
Individuals were also recognized for their impact on the La Crosse area. A Community Service Award and 2 Volunteer of the Year awards were handed out this evening. Officials are intensifying their calls for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. We'll have more on a deal that's on the table after this.
Buygoff and Rohde had your back then, and we have your back now. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years. Buygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
How will you reward yourself with the benefits you'll get from Riverbank's Rewards Checking? A morning pick-me-up, a leisurely round, a special dinner, or an evening pause. This checking account comes with 3.04 annual percentage yield. There's also a refund for foreign ATM transaction fees. Stop in to one of the convenient locations or visit online to learn more about Riverbank's Rewards Checking. Riverbank, local banking made simple. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's no better time to get started on your 2024 outdoor living project than the 2024 Early Bird Home Show, which is only at the Board Store. Visit our showroom, explore the possibilities, patio covers, operable pergolas. For year-round living, consider the cabin room or the more traditional room. Stop in, arrange for a prompt free estimate on your 2024 outdoor living project during the 2024 Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store.
Bygoff and Rohde. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years, and we have the #1 personal injury attorney in Eau Claire. Bygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
There's a possible shift from the Biden administration on Israel's war with Hamas. Vice President Kamala Harris calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. It comes as a top Israeli cabinet member meets with U.S. officials today in Washington. CBS's Tina Kraus reports.
Israel's army put out new video of soldiers on the hunt for Hamas in Gaza amid a forceful new call from the U.S. to stop the war.
There must be an immediate ceasefire for at least the next 6 weeks.
Vice President Kamala Harris gave a sharp rebuke of Israel Sunday for not doing enough to ease the misery in Gaza. Monday, Israeli War Cabinet member and opposition leader Benny Gantz met with Harris in Washington.
Israel has a right to defend itself. Far too many Palestinian civilians, innocent civilians have been killed. We need to get more aid in. We need to get the hostages out.
In the southern city of Rafah, the Abu Anza family is facing unimaginable grief after 20 relatives were killed in an Israeli strike, including Rania's 6-month-old twins. It took her 10 years and 3 rounds of IVF to have her babies and just seconds to lose them. My heart is gone, she cries. Nearly 5 months into the war, the U.S. made its first airdrop of aid into Gaza Saturday, sending more than 38,000 meals into the territory where the United Nations says a quarter of the population is one step from starvation. In Israel, pressure for a ceasefire and hostage release deal is intensifying.
The hostages and the hostages' families are not the enemy. The enemy is Hamas.
Negotiations are underway in Egypt to broker an agreement before the Muslim holy month of Ramadan begins next week. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
A U.S. official tells CBS News there's a deal on the table for a 6-week ceasefire that would see the most vulnerable hostages released, but Hamas has not agreed to it yet. Multiple instances of quality control issues found at Boeing after a 6-week audit. The findings coming after a Boeing plane had a door plug blowout back in July.
And many areas did pick up some decent rainfall, even up to a quarter, even an inch in some areas. That does help the drought situation, but more is actually going to be coming later this week. I'll time that out and show you what the weekend coming up looks like. All that on First Warn Weather Update after the break.
All the Taco Tuesday excitement at Taco John's can really start to mix things up. Just look at these delicious simmering Tuesdays. And on this taco, Tuesdays are only $1.19. See you on taco at Tuesday John's, Taco John's.
College is more than the knowledge you gain. It's a place to cultivate your curiosity. It's where you explore the potential and what's next. It's where you find the tenacity to rise, rather than settle for good enough. It's a series of moments that add up to form your future self. It's where what you want is within reach, on your terms. It's where you find a career, not just a job. Western Technical College. Discover what you're made of.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. As one of Wisconsin's largest Cub Cadet dealers, Wood Sales and Service is celebrating with discounts up to $1,000 on select Cub Cadet models, Cub Cadet lawnmowers, snow blowers, commercial equipment, and UTVs. We offer the best selection and service in the area with 0% 48-month financing or cash discounts. Experience the Wood Sales advantage of service before and after the sale. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money, and you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time triple pet pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Giant, classic, and mini cup pepperoni? Now that is an expression.
Order the triple pep today.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Federal Aviation Administration has found multiple instances of quality control issues at Boeing following a 6-week audit. That audit came after the in-flight door plug blowout on an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 back in January. FAA investigators found non-compliance issues in multiple areas of Boeing's operation. This is in addition to a separate report started prior to the door plug incident but released last month that found gaps in Boeing's safety culture. The FAA gave Boeing 90 days to produce a quality improvement plan to fix issues and address findings of both the latest audit and the earlier report. Boeing did not have an immediate comment on the FAA's most recent statement. But in January, CEO David Calhoun conceded Boeing needed to improve its quality controls. Eating at least 2 or 3 cups of yogurt a week could lower your chance of developing type 2 diabetes. The Food and Drug Administration approved the yogurt industry to make that claim. It comes from studies that have linked increased consumption of yogurt to a lowered risk of type 2 diabetes. The problem is those studies only measured associations and not causation. Experts point out people who eat more yogurt may also be engaging in other behaviors that lowered their risk. They worry it could cause people to eat more yogurt that is sweetened with sugar. Consuming more sugar is a known risk factor for developing the condition. That's the reason the FDA is requiring manufacturers to note there is limited scientific evidence to support that claim. Well, the Coulee region saw some rainfall coming their way throughout the day, depending on where you were. It could have been early in the morning, could have been late in the evening. But Greg, a little bit chance for more precip later in the week.
Yeah, we definitely could need it. We could use the snow, but we definitely use the precipitation too. So we saw some, and really the last batch of it, just Purishing, Bosqueville up to maybe the Dells is where kind of the last line is. Everything else is further east too. So the rest of the area has been pretty much precipitation free now, and eventually will be cloud free probably later in the night. Tracking that rain out, here's a cloud cover that'll begin to break up. Clouds will probably linger for the morning commute further south for southern areas. Otherwise, patches of it. Now, you do start to see some of these patches start to show up. That's an indication because of the moisture, we might see some patchy areas of fog or low clouds. We'll see if this develops, but something to keep an eye on as you wake up tomorrow morning to see if that's out there, because some areas have seen quite a bit of rainfall, but that won't last much as we go in the morning hours. You should see that clear up by 8 or 9. So something to keep in mind for the morning commute right now. Not a high confidence that's going to happen, but something in mind. Otherwise, for temperatures, 40s, 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, we should be around the upper 30s for most locations. We'll warm up to the 50s Thursday, maybe 60. Well, depends on cloud cover how that plays out. Behind this system that's coming later in the week, 30s and 40s, which won't be that far from average. And then the weekend, cooler than we had previous weekend, but not that far from average. But 60s definitely are coming back next week. For precipitation, it's dry. We have that next system coming Thursday night through Friday night. Some snow is possible with this or likely. Don't expect accumulation with it, but this time of year you could get that at night. It's pretty easy to do with the temperatures falling. Otherwise, mostly dry for next weekend. Remember, spring 4 is coming up this weekend too, so once again you're going to lose that hour of sleep as our time for Rise and Shine kind of starts spreading apart. Will be actually 7 in the morning to 7 p.m. Otherwise, for Tuesday, the rest of the day, plenty of sunshine. We should get up to the upper 40s to low 50s. We'll have some cloud cover come overhead, probably later Tuesday night into Wednesday, but still looking pretty good as we go into Wednesday morning. Probably low to mid 20s for most of the areas with light winds. The winds will pick up a little bit Wednesday. A system kind of passes through Don't expect much with this with the precipitation, but I think we'll see some more cloud cover, but still temperatures will get up Wednesday, probably into the mid-50s for most locations. Now that's head of a system that will be coming up as we get towards Thursday evening and Friday. It lifts north. Now there's still some questions of how far this is going to lift north. It could actually pass further south, which would limit our precipitation, but we are seeing pretty much a wet Friday, and that could go into Friday night. And as you see the temperatures and the colors, that could change to rain or snow come late Friday into Friday night. Once again, don't expect accumulation with this. As you wake up Saturday morning, everything should probably be pushing east. The winds will pick up, and that'll mean a cooler weekend that we've had, but I think still temperatures pretty seasonal. So we'll track this out a little better as we get closer to it, but that's what we're looking for the next precipitation chances coming up. Otherwise for tonight, once again, we should see some low clouds in the morning. There could be some patches of fog. Not a high confidence it'll happen, but with the moisture, can't rule that out with temperatures probably in the mid-20s. Otherwise, tomorrow, once any low clouds burn off in the morning, we should be in around the 50s for most locations, and that dry weather continues as we work our way through Thursday, and then eventually Thursday night, we'll see that rain chance start increasing through Friday, and then the weekend looks cooler, but 45 is not that far off from where we should be. And then, yes, Ken, you lose your hour of sleep come Sunday, so you won't be in a good mood for Monday coming up, but the temperature will be better.
Yeah, apologies in advance for when you have to deal with me on that Monday. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a big week with big games, but really it's no surprise for the boys over at Aquinas High School. Hear how the team's playoff experience in other sports is helping the basketball squad during this latest run. Cade is next.
There's been more than a few changes over the years. But if there's one thing that hasn't changed, it's our commitment. 70 years and counting. Thanks for watching.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block? Call American Waterworks. Leaning or bowing basement walls? Call American Waterworks. Sticking windows or doors? Call American Waterworks. Settling or sinking foundation? That's right. Call American Waterworks. It's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks. Call American Waterworks today.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Woo!
Whoa.
Oh, hey. Hey. What are we, Steve?
Winners.
I love you.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Cade Overton.
The high school basketball postseason is heating up. More playoff games this week, including tonight over in Rochester, as the Little Crescent boys basketball team looks to continue their impressive season. Let's go to the Mayo Civic Center. Lancers taking on Zambroda Mazeppa. First half action. Parker McQuinn takes the Hail Mary pass, put it off the glass for two, and then a little bit later, now it's Gunnar Esser with the ball. He drives past the defense, puts it in. Lancers trail by one. And then a little bit later again, it's Esser again, this time stepping back for a three. That one's good. They take the lead, but on the other end, it's Hudson Ohm with a shot. Drains it from deep. Zambroda takes the lead right back as they would go on to take down the Lancers 69-49. ending their season. We'll have more games from Rochester later this week, but here in Wisconsin over the weekend, we saw the West Salem girls team advance to state for the second straight year, and we saw 5 of our Wisconsin boys teams advance into sectional play, including the Aquinas Blue Golds, who are eyeing a trip to the state tournament for the first time since 2016. Aquinas picked up a big win over the weekend, taking down the defending state champs in Luther to secure a regional title, which seems to happen a lot for the Blue Golds. On this basketball team alone, they've got guys who have won a state championship in football, played in a state championship in baseball, made it to state in soccer, and even ran in state cross country. They've got guys on the team that know what it takes to play in these big games, and it's giving the Blue Golds a lot of confidence.
I think the experience from having to perform in big moments, even if it is a different sport, it's a different type of pressure that someone who hasn't maybe been to a state championship in a different sport wouldn't have. So I think that's a huge advantage for us to play to.
Well, Skemp also told me that the Kohl Center is the goal, but you can't eat the elephant all at once. They're going to take it piece by piece. And for them, that's getting a win over top-seeded Durant, Arkansas on Thursday. 4 other games on Thursday, location still up in the air, but in Division II, West Salem will take on Fox Valley Lutheran. In Division III, GET will face Elk Mound, who they lost to in overtime earlier this year. In 2 Division V games, Royal will face Columbus Catholic, and Cashton takes on Potosi. Bucks riding a 5-game win streak, but no Giannis tonight, though, as they host the Clippers. But they do have Bobby Portis, sinks the corner 3, Bucks down 3. Later in the 4th, and Dame starts to heat up. Step back 3, knocks it down. Milwaukee still trails. A few minutes later, it's the defense coming up big. Pat Bev gets the steal. Portis passes to Dame. He puts it in for 2 of his 41 on the night. And then later, it's Portis knocking down the jump shot. That caps a 13-0 Bucks run. No Giannis, no problem. Bucks win 113-106. Timberwolves also at home hosting the Trail Blazers. Minnesota leads in the 4th, and Anthony Edwards from beyond the arc adds 3 more. Wolves by 13. Later, Minnesota showing off the defense. Kyle Anderson getting the steal, goes all the way for the 2-handed slam, and the bench was loving it. 90 seconds to play now, and check out the ball movement on this one. Ant drives, finds Anderson, who goes to Mike Conley from deep. The 3-pointer falls. Minnesota gets the win 119-114. Former Wisconsin Badger star Russell Wilson is done in Denver after just 2 seasons. The Broncos informed the veteran quarterback today that they will release him after the start of the new league year on March 13th. Denver will eat $85 million in total dead salary cap over the next 2 years, which will be the largest dead cap hit in NFL history. And it's just nice to know that the Packers, maybe for the first time in a few years, not dealing with quarterback drama in the offseason.
It is kind of nice. Don't want to labor at Denver's expense, but because the silver lining is the salary cap going up does allow Denver to eat at least some of that and not being so detrimental to their roster.
And add some more weapons around him for the next guy that steps into that.
For sure.
All right, stay with us. More news after the break.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Escape the chaos of everyday life and experience true relaxation and improved health at Revive Wellness Spa. Unlike any spa in the area, Revive Wellness Spa is your first choice for self-care. Our services include red light therapy, meditation pod, an infrared sauna, a float tank, and so much more. Call or book online today and receive up to 60% off your first service. Don't forget to ask about our detox specials.
Do you know where your money's going?
Ultra's online and mobile banking gives you instant access to your accounts and makes managing your finances easy. Halfway around the world or at your local neighborhood shop. No need to visit a branch to deposit checks, transfer money, or open new accounts. All of those and more are available right at your fingertips. Check your spending, make loan payments, and send money to your friends and family. Convenient banking that gives you control of your finances. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
The 2024 Early Bird Home Show is your opportunity to transform the exterior of your home into something truly better than new. New seamless steel siding or attractive vinyl siding, new soffit, fascia, gutters, and window trim. Even new windows and doors will make your home better than new. Call, visit, or reach out online for a prompt free estimate on transforming the exterior of your home during the 2024 Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store.
Students in Tennessee are getting help with reading from some furry friends. The Reading Pause program brings dogs into the classroom. It allows students to feel more relaxed while learning to read, and as they get ready for some important exams.
Good morning.
Kim McIntyre brings smiles to students' faces the second he walks into their classroom with his black lab.
This is Lucas.
They visit Northfield Elementary every week as part of a special program.
Who wants to go first, Nico or Harper?
Helping students feel more comfortable and confident anytime they open a book.
A clown.
Third grader Nico says he normally feels scared reading alone or in a group.
To see it with me.
But talking to Jess Lucas eliminates any fears he's had about the TCAP reading exam.
Because I just picture my dog beside me.
At Northfield, they've already seen better attendance and reading grades because of the program.
There are many more requests than we're able to meet.
So a new grant is helping train 13 more therapy dogs in Middle Tennessee.
It's magic.
Retired vet Donnie Hedrick says they're hoping to expand Reading Pause statewide this spring to help more students like Harper.
Good night, hyena.
The second grader kept petting Lucas as she read her book.
It makes me feel good because I have something that's with me.
Teachers are hoping the dogs will create lifelong readers, and it'll help them with more than just a test.
One of the most impactful things that we can do for our kids and their futures. Everything revolves around reading, everything.
Already teaching students like Nico a simple lesson.
You don't have to be scared to read it and never give up.
Ready to pass the TCAP and move on to 4th grade, thanks to help from his four-legged friends.
I'm sold. Great idea. We'll be right back after this.
There are many reasons to join the Y. Building endurance, losing weight, strengthening your heart. When you join the Y, you're committing to more than simply becoming healthier. You're supporting the values and programs that strengthen community. Join the Y today.
What I love about T-Mobile is that just about anywhere you go, you're going to have coverage.
Where I live is a rural area. The coverage has been awesome.
Reliable coverage is super important for me, for my business.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
God. What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
Wow, forest berry fudge is amazing. Mmm, this is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Join us for Interval Zone, a high-intensity interval class to give you a total body workout. Try small group training and work out with a few friends. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y.
All right, tomorrow we might deal with some morning fog, potential with areas just because we had a lot of precipitation in a few areas. So something to keep in mind for the morning commute. Otherwise, we should have some sun in the afternoon, getting up to the 50s or at least close to it in both locations. And that conditions will continue through as we go through Wednesday and Thursday. And then the rain does come back in with another system. It could be rain or snow. And the weekend looks dry, but we do cool down before we lose the hour.
All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.